With that, we'll move straight to our next speaker. Shana, you're free to take the podium or to deliver your remarks from here. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, allow me to thank the Muslim Leadership Forum for their invitation. It is a rarity for a Congolese woman to be invited to speak on this issue of conflict and resolution. I need to thank Sanjana Dean and Professor Alison Scott Bowman for the formidable initiative that is the ICOP, influencing the corridors of powers. Our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of Palestine, Nelson Mandela said in 1997. And as a Black African woman, these words by our elder resonate particularly as a reminder and a lesson, and the necessity of solidarity across the board. A man that has sacrificed 27 years of his life in prison for the greater good and the liberation of Black men, and to destroy a racist system, might just know what he was talking about. Indeed, our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of Palestine. And that is a call for solidarity for us all. And I wish to echo that call of solidarity in this Muslim forum to call for a greater interfaith cooperation of civil society and also amongst developing countries. When we support each other, we can really shift things and make a difference. In the earliest day after October 7 attack, on the 31st of October, the smallest country started to speak up, seeing what this was going to lead to. Bolivia, Honduras, Chad, South Africa, they led the way in calling out their ambassadors back home. This is perhaps the first time since apartheid that we have such a strong, unanimous message that you have echoed. Yet the war in Gaza is still ongoing, but it took 27 years to free Mandela. It will take the time it will take, but I think we are at the point where the world cannot close its eyes anymore. So let's continue the solidarity, because when we speak in one voice, we have more leverage than when we speak in isolation. See what has happened in COP29, when all developing countries spoke at once, as one people, and said, we are leaving this forum. We are leaving. There will not be any deal. When we were at the reception on Friday at the House of Lords, one of the speakers said, it's going to collapse. And what happened on Sunday? They threatened to walk out, and they were heard. It's not enough, but it made a difference. Which brings me to my country of origin, Congo DRC. When they also spoke in one voice, they obtained their independence. Allow me to briefly speak to you about Congo if you're not familiar. Congo was a personal possession of the Belgian king, Leopold II. And he was using rubber, as that was the coltan, the mineral of the time, as a worldwide trade. The enslavement of the Congolese people were used as such. They were cutting their hands, cutting the children's hands, cutting the family members' hands when they did not bring back the required amount of rubber. Fast forward, when Congolese leaders such as Patrice Lumumba and my grandfather, Leopold Silver Bondekwe, as young leaders, we are in the Muslim Leadership Forum, they were about 30, they organized, they got together to obtain their independence. When they organized in art society, in hobby society, they obtained their independence within months. And so when they went to Belgium at the table ronde, the round table, they spoke in one voice and decided that Patrice Lumumba was going to be the Prime Minister of the Congo. Kasavubu was going to be the president. They went back, they obtained the independence. But already the Western power were also organizing for conflict to happen. Independence happened on June 1960. By September 1960, Lumumba was arrested and killed. His body dissolved in acid. The fate of my grandfather will not be more different. In 1964, he was assassinated by the Simba rebels, led by the Eastern powers this time, who cut off his liver and ate it in a public execution. This will lead to a CIA intervention to reclaim Stanleyville, which is now Kisangani, and recalled in a film called The Wild Geese. I don't know, some might be familiar with that, with mercenary Mike Hoare. Then came 30 years of dictatorship with Mobutu, without any development for Congo. But the strength and the cohesion of an indivisible nation was built. For 30 years, Congolese could not even have a militia group to overthrow Mobutu. But then, in 1996, Rwanda genocide happened, and the vacuum power, Mobutu died. After its genocide, Rwanda invaded Congo, just as Mobutu died, and there was, as I said, a vacuum power. Rwanda, via M23 militia rebels and other sponsored group rebels, have organized the looting of Congo through the eastern part of the country. Since Kagame came to power in Rwanda for 30 years now, Congo's mineral has been looted in the east, mainly coltan, which is a mineral used in mobile phone technologies, a TV screen, and any of our new technology. As documented numerous times by UN special reports and acknowledged by UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, MONUSCO, the Congo UN mission, which has been there for over 20 years, Guterres says the UN has no means to fight M23 rebels because they have more sophisticated weapons. Where are these weapons coming from? Who is supplying them with weapons, if not Rwanda, as acknowledged by UN reports and UN mapping reports, which documents how women have been buried alive, killed, communities forced to rape, public rape, to destroy community, to clear the land so that the minerals could be exploited. The aim is to clear the land. When there's killing in that level, such as in Gaza, as I can see, the aim is to clear the land. As I wrote in various academic articles, there is a correlation of rape and minerals extraction and exploitation since 1997. Dr. Denis Mukwege, Nobel Peace Prize winner, who obtained his Nobel Peace Prize for repairing the bodies of women through his work with the Panzi Hospital, he has identified a new pathology which he calls REV, rape with extreme violence, which is using arms, raping babies, raping families, as I said, to clear the land and to traumatize the community so that they will either, the women become sterile, so there is no perpetuation of the community, or the community is forced to leave. That is documented in some of the short films that I made, that one called Congo, a Common Cause, with testimony of women in Mwenga, Ruchuru, Masisi, and it's still happening today. So where are we now? To speak of conflict resolution, that is for Congo, for Gaza, for any other place, one has to acknowledge the conflict first and to take responsibility of how and why that conflict developed in the first place, to truly have a long-lasting, effective resolution. In the Congo conflict, often Congolese government are told, well, just integrate the M23 rebels into the army, as if we would ask Benjamin Netanyahu, just integrate the rebels, the Hamas rebels in your army and just make peace and work together. That is not even thinkable, but that is often the solution that is proposed to African countries. And of course, there is also, because the aim is mainly to clear the land, as I say, so the peace conflict, so they get the community to go round and round and talk about peace talks, and then when the armies are integrated, the rebels are integrated in the army, what do? They start a rebellion. They start, because it's ongoing. The aim is really to get the coltan. Rwanda has been getting the coltan from Congo for over 30 years now. It has become a normal source of income. So when the UK started the Rwanda Asylum Bill, the British Congolese community in the UK asked rightly, what is the actual plan with Rwanda? What is your actual deal with Rwanda, knowing what it is doing? Is your aim to actually get some minerals through Rwanda? We had a robust reply. We never get any reply when we wrote to them, but we did have a very robust letter saying that absolutely not. This is not the Rwanda bill was not aimed for that. But then we asked the question: how would a refugee from Eastern Congo, there are about 7 million displaced Congolese people in the Eastern Congo, if they came to claim asylum to the UK through coming via a boat, would they be sending back to Rwanda for processing? This really did not make sense. So we really asked the question, what was the final deal between Rwanda and Great Britain? So in conclusion, I would just like to really emphasize once again that to prepare the next generation of leaders is also to confront them with the reality of the geopolitics of their situation. Congo is a mineral strategic country. There is, as I said, the uranium which was used in the atomic bomb came from Congo. It will always have geostrategic minerals. What we need to do as Congolese, and we're starting to prepare for that, is to educate our leaders, educate our children so that they can be prepared. So whatever happens in the country, we have an educated population and we can continue to move forward. I thank you very much.